Don't even pass him the ball. He's going to Pau Gasol. Now, Ron Artest is standing right next to him, so I'm sure he hears him. But tonight, Ron Artest, here said he came to the gym early, told Craig Sager he's lighting it up from outside. He has 17 points. The scary thing for the Phoenix Suns is Pau Gasol has only 5. You know he's going to heat up.
Phil Jackson said the night after the game he wasn't sure why he left Artest on the court after those 2 bad shots. Stoudemire comes up short. Both teams go with their starting lineups. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Craig Sager. We're in Phoenix. Bad pass from Gasol. Mix up with Fisher. Richardson for 3. Rebounded by Gasol.
Well, Gasol has not handled a lot of these double teams well, Marv. The zone has bothered him, and when he's been trapped, that ball, he's had some deflections. That time the Suns weren't able to counter and hit that 3.
Here's Bynum pounding it on Lopez and gets it back out. Shot clock to 3, 2. Gasol just got a piece of the rim. The Suns ended up shooting 47% in the first half. Lakers at 53% and hitting the 3-pointers, as Reggie Miller pointed out on the studio guys at halftime. Here is Hill with a duck under move, and the Suns not able to find the rim thus far in this third quarter. In fact, overall 3 of their last 14.
Starting to feel a little angst in this building too, Marv. They understand what's at stake here in this second half.
Fisher with the shot clock down to 4.
Well, I talked to Derek Fisher at halftime. He said they were thrilled at 19-point second quarter defensively that they put on the Suns. And he said first 5 minutes is going to be so important.
2 minutes have gone by in the third. Down to 4 on the 24. Stoudemire. Lopez able to get to it. And he was fouled.
Feel the frustration in Amari Stoudemire, though he's not getting any clean looks. When he drives the ball into the lane, he's being trapped. They're running a defender at him, forcing him to try to pick the ball up and pass it. He's shooting jump shots. He's only 2 of 9 and only 2 rebounds. So they have done a nice job here tonight of keeping him out of the ball game.
Fisher on that foul. That's 3 on Derek Fisher. Lopez, and that shot was altered by Bynum. Right, try to put a move on Richardson. Good job by Stoudemire jumping out to pick it off.
See how much time, how hard Steve Nash is working here, trying to find a shot. That is a degree of difficulty shot. I mean, Phil Jackson can live with that. I mean, he dribbled around for about 16 seconds, Marv, and then shot a rainbow over the top of Andrew Bynum.
Three minutes gone by in the third quarter. 12-point Laker lead. Bynum playing that pass that was intended for Gasol, but Bryant surprised Gasol, and Bryant was fouled. Let's go to Craig.
Well, that was another example of those short corners Doug was talking about. I talked to Phil Jackson, the coaching staff, at halftime. They said that's been open the entire time, the last few games. They keep looking at film and tape, and they keep telling the players this is the area to attack. Finally, he said they were finding it, and they're using the high-low game to make it open. He said also the biggest surprise of that first half, Ron Artest. He said he's building on what he accomplished, that game-winning shot. He's in a rhythm. He's feeling good. He's being very decisive. He goes, when Ron starts thinking, that's when he gets in trouble.
Foul on Lopez, putting Bynum at the line, and for Robin Lopez, his 3rd, so takes a seat.
And this is the time when the Phoenix Suns normally play that man-to-man. They come out to start the game, 6 or 7 minutes. Then when Lopez goes to the bench, Channing Frye comes in. They go to their zone because they just don't have the size.
Nash gets the roll, so he's hit 2 in a row. The Laker lead is down to 12. feeling for Richardson. Shot clock down to 6. Bryant off the turn.
Tell you what, he and Michael Jordan, the all-time greats at working against that shot clock.
Kobe now 6 of 12, 15 points. Fry, he's shown confidence in that shot.
I think the one thing Phil Jackson is happy, though, they're chasing him off the 3. That's a contested 2 off the dribble.
Fry has hit 4 of 5 overall. He has 10 points. Stoudemire comes over to help. Artest with the open 3. Deflected out. Last touch by the Lakers.
If they're going to force Ron Artest to shoot some jump shots, and they're going to have to defensive rebound the ball. That ball goes out of bounds. You allow the Lakers to get their defense back.
Nash, yes. He surprised Bynum. Bynum did not think that Nash would challenge him with the jump shot.
He's amazing, isn't he, Marv? I mean, those shots he takes, he makes them look so easy. Gets in the lane. I mean, Steve's at 6'2", shooting over the top of a 7'1" defender with long arms.
They try to trap Gasol. Bryant off the fake, draws the foul on Richardson.
You just have to be so disciplined. Kobe Bryant's footwork is so good. I mean, he's so fundamentally sound. And if you watch him, he gets his defender down. He gets his shoulders around Amari. The fading jump shot. See, that triangle offense, you use a lot of clock. Well, to do that sometimes when you get down 5 seconds or under, you better have a guy that can make something happen. And Phil Jackson has had Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, 2 of the all-time greats, to play against that short shot clock.
And it's been a record-breaking postseason for Kobe. And now the all-time leading scorer in the playoffs. He passed Jerry West, number 4, playoff history, passed Karl Malone the other night, and became the Lakers franchise leader, as you saw, passing Magic Johnson in terms of games played in the postseason. Hill deflected out, last touch by Fisher. Look at the stat sheet. How about only 2 rebounds for Amari Stoudemire? We're seeing the Amari Stoudemire of the first couple of games of the playoffs.
Well, they frustrated him. They've had Gasol on him. They've had Bynum. They've run a secondary defender over to take away his forays to the rim, so he's become a jump shooter and really has not been effective.
Only 2 of 9 from the field. Hill not able to get the roll. 74-61 Lakers. Fisher open for 3. And last touch by Gasol. Steve Nash, this third quarter's hit all 3 of his shot attempts. The rest of the team, 1 of 8 from the field. Stoudemire. Gasol fell down. He thought he was pushed.
When he got there to rotate to try to take away that dive to the rim by Stoudemire, just could not get there where he got his shoulders squared up. Phil Jackson sensing Amari Stoudemire getting one of those momentum plays, Marv. You see that when guys get a dunk, the crowd gets... Well, you heard Reggie talking about it at halftime. One of the decisive areas the Suns had going into the series was three-point shooting, and that has not been the case here in this series at all, Marv. Going into tonight's game, the Lakers had actually made 2 more threes than the Suns in the series. Tonight they've made 2. And I've said all along, to me, if there's not a double-digit advantage there for the Phoenix Suns, it's tough to make up for the advantages the Lakers have in other areas.
And the other point there, the Lakers number 1 at defending the 3, allowing only 33% success rate. Bryant rebounded by Nash. Halfway through the third, Suns down by 11. Bynum switching off to Nash. For Stoudemire with the mismatch, working on Fisher with help. They collapse on it. Stoudemire not able to hit. Stoudemire turned back, kept alive. They have a new clock.
You see the size of the Lakers. Gasol comes over and helps out. Bynum comes over and helps out.
Here's Stoudemire, and he was hacked. That's 4 on Bynum.
You know, Bynum is much more active tonight, though, Marv. He looks a lot better. He's moving better. You know, his numbers, you see 3 of 5. He has 6 rebounds, 10 points. And Phil Jackson doesn't mind that foul. He's played here over 6.5 minutes in this quarter. You come in with Odom, he brings a different look to him. So I think Phil Jackson would have to be pleased today with the way Andrew Bynum has played.
Stoudemire 5 of 5 at the line. He has struggled at the free throw line. In fact, in the series, he's missed 17 free throws. 69% at the line coming into tonight.
Every minute that goes by here today, people wonder, is this going to be Amari Stoudemire's last game here in Phoenix? He becomes an unrestricted free agent on July 1st. There's been a lot of speculation. He's finished the season tremendously, but a lot of questions on whether or not he's going to come back. There's a lot of teams that have a lot of money to spend.
Amari really picked it up following the trade deadline. Much speculation that the Suns were going to deal him. Right around the halfway mark of the season. Here's Fisher for three. Artest with the putback.
So it went back to the zone. And when you play zone, it's tough to block out. There's a lot of open areas, and Artest just stronger than Grant Hill inside with the offensive rebound.
19 for Artest. That's his high for the series. Stoudemire. Basket won't count. He took a hit prior to the shot attempt. Fouled by Bryant. And Kobe, that's just his first foul, non-shooting foul. 13 foul on the Lakers.
Marv, the last 3 games also too, Kobe Bryant's only rested 57 seconds. He's played wire to wire in 2 of them. Interesting tonight if they have a cushion, if Phil Jackson can rest him.
Deflected out, last touch by Fisher. Stoudemire with Fry and Richardson up front. Nash and Hill at the guards. Stoudemire. Nash continues to look for Amari Stoudemire, but he has not been able to convert.
Well, Lamar Odom came over that time, got his body up against it, kept his arms up, made him take a tough shot.
Bryant passed on a 3. Bryant to the rim. So Kobe will head to the line.
When you play zone, it's so hard. There's no block out responsibility. You're going to see Grant Hill, Artest, just stronger than Grant Hill, just gets inside. He's got those incredibly strong hands, and Ron Artest, arguably his best playoff game of the year. Kobe Bryant going to the line, recognizing they're double-teaming Pau Gasol. How difficult it is for the Suns, Marv. If you're double-teaming Gasol in the post, now you're scrambling to get to the perimeter to try to run it at Kobe Bryant, who sees it and goes right to the basket and gets fouled.
Foul was on Stoudemire, his first. Kobe Bryant in these conference finals averaging 33 points, just under 10 assists, 7 rebounds in about 42 minutes a game. Tonight he has 20 points, 5 rebounds. Gasol on the switch to Nash, able to find Stoudemire, won't count. It's a travel.
Amari Stoudemire's got a little happy feet right now. He's trying to get that shot off so quickly. The switch there, and it was Derek Fisher who picked him up. Amari sort of bumped him off, but when he did, he shuffled his feet.
Stoudemire just 3 of 13 from the field and only 3 rebounds.
This is about the time the other day the Suns were down 18. They made that 16-4 run. Let's see if they can do it here again tonight to close this deficit.
Bryant again with a long 3-point attempt. Nash on the loose ball. Nash pushing it. Richardson on the drive. And he'll head to the line. Good ball movement on that possession by the Suns as Fisher collected his 4th foul. Well, Sunday, MLB on TBS returns. Giants. Tomorrow at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time, St. Louis Cardinals traveling to Wrigley Field face the Chicago Cubs, one of the best rivalries in baseball. And it is on TBS.
My son and his family were at that game today in Chicago. Little vacation, watching the Cubs Cardinals.
Free tickets as usual?
No, I think he paid double to get in there. Yes, I think.
78-67 Lakers. How about Roy Halladay today? Perfect game against the Marlins in Florida.
What a pickup for the Phillies.
Lee pass to Gasol, and he'll head to the foul line. It's the 20th perfect game in Major League Baseball history.
That's 2 this year, isn't it?
Right.
The young guy from Oakland. That was Brady.
Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, after he ran
friend.
across the mound,
Right.
and Alex said you had your 15 minutes of fame, and he said, I'll top that. I'm going to come out and pitch a perfect game.
Artest, yes, another 3 for Ron Artest. That's his 4th from downtown. And now that is a high for Artest in this postseason with 22 points.
We see nobody even comes out on him. You see Amari Stoudemire is sitting back in the lap of Gasol. They're trying to sort of pinch him, and they're giving Artest that shot. Artest says, Alvin Gentry doesn't respect me. And he says, Doug, tell Ron Artest I respect him, but I respect Kobe Bryant and the Derek Fisher a little bit more out there.
Stoudemire is fouled off the triple team. Now, how do you play it? Do you continue to say, hey, he's going to start missing? Do you have to continue to let him take those shots?
I think you do, Mark, because the moment you run off of him, now you free up either Gasol in the post or Kobe Bryant. I mean, you're basically playing the odds here that Ron Artest is not going to shoot the ball like that, and he is here today. That's why one of the reasons why the Lakers are up 14 right now.
And the 4 3-pointers by Ron Artest matches a playoff career high in that department. Stoudemire hit his previous 7 at the line. And if you thought this crowd was anxious in the second quarter, you can hear the boos now directed to Amari Stoudemire.
Well, Phil Jackson told us that before the game. He said, we get on top of them, all of a sudden they're going to start feeling, the angst in this crowd, and that's exactly what's happened. Now every shot that goes up that doesn't go in, you can hear the crowd sort of oohing and on, and it's not saying Lou for Lou Robinson. It's like, ooh, we're in trouble.
2 shots coming up for Pau Gasol. Foul on Nash. That's his second. We were talking earlier with Phil about a possible 7th game in LA and about how much pressure is on the home team in a game 7.
Well, also too, when you play a team like the Phoenix Suns, Marv, that can make 15 threes in a game. Remember now last year when Orlando went into game 7 in Boston, and they hit 13 threes in that closeout game. And so when you play a team that can shoot the 3, I always say it's like that boxer who's got that knockout punch who can be getting beat the whole fight and hit you with one good shot and knock you out. And that's what the Suns have, that kind of capability with their shooting.
However, here tonight, it's a 83-67 lead for the Lakers with just under 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Stoudemire, rebounded by Artest.
They're just swarming him. Kobe Bryant's coming from the baseline, double teaming. Gasol spins him that way, knows there's help. They're running another defender over in Lamar Odom, and it's been difficult for Amari to find any kind of freedom.
Shot clock down to 6. Farmar for 3. Kept alive by Odom. Nice pass. Artest huffs it home.
That's when it's your day. When you hang in the air and you got the ball at your left hip and you throw it in with your left hand. Even Frank Hamlin, the coach there, is trying to keep back a smile. If you watch Steve Nash when he was coming off the floor here, he was telling his teammates to keep their head up. But this is a incredible shot by Ron Artest. Look at this left-handed off his waist. And Steve Nash looking at his teammates like, we have got to keep fighting.
Goran Dragic, Leandro Barbosa, Jared Dudley just looking to shake things up here.
Well, this is what happened in that third quarter the other night. It was a little bit sooner when they made this push, but the minute that Dragic comes in, Vujacic comes in to play against him. That's what Phil Jackson wants on the board. It's a great play out of a timeout. Amari Stoudemire slips the screen roll with a powerful dunk, and let's see if that can ignite his team.
Lakers up 85-69, just under 2 minutes remaining, third quarter. Seeking to wrap up the series in 6. The Suns hoping to stay alive. They have a long way to come, though, as Bryant comes right back.
You have to be so disciplined, stay down. That time Dudley did. Kobe just took his shoulder and just sort of bumped into him to create some space.
22 for Bryant. A Laker career high for Artest, the 24. Barbosa knocks down a 3.
Well, maybe they will get hot behind that three-point line. I think that's what Alvin Gentry's hoping for. He has 4 very good three-point shooters on the floor right now with Amari Stoudemire.
Bryant played by Dudley. Bryant on the fade.
Ooh, tough to come back when you got a guy making those kind of shots.
17-point Laker lead. Barbosa, yes. .74 Lakers, final minute of the third. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Craig Sager. We're at U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix, Arizona on this Memorial Day weekend. Bryant, somehow getting it up and over Channing Frye.
With a guy's hands on his face. That's exactly what you're feeling right now if you're a Phoenix Suns fan. I mean, Kobe Bryant, 3 tough shots in a row.
Barbosa off the dribble, going at Odom. Handled by Vujacic.
Kobe will probably isolate here at the top of the circle. And they normally like to have a guy in the corner. Vujacic here is a three-point shooter. If Kobe drives and you get any help at all, he'll kick it off for a three-point shot.
Brings that clock down with final seconds. Barbosa knocks it aside. And the Lakers in possession with 3 seconds remaining on the clock.
Oh, Jared Dudley, great defense. I mean, you see Frye come over, gets a hand in the face. I mean, that's just great offense. I mean, this guy is on top of his game. Since he's had that knee drain, he has been tremendous in both the Utah series and now the Suns.
And it's a shot clock violation. So 1.3 to go in this third quarter.
And I would assume that Phil Jackson will take Kobe out with a 17-point lead and let him rest to about that 8-minute mark. For the first time in the last 3 games that Kobe's going to get any kind of rest at all.
Change it to 1.7. Oh, Bryant with the steal turns. That is the end of the third quarter.
They play some defense. You're playing great defense on Kobe, but he's making unbelievable shots. But what about Ron Artest? You may have to make an adjustment.
No, he's made shots, and I mean we put hands on his face, and you know, you can either have Kobe shooting them or Ron Artest shooting them. We choose to have Ron shooting them.
All right, thanks a lot. Back to you, Mark.
That's exactly what we were talking about a moment ago.
Yeah, that's your strategy, and when he makes shots, you're not going to beat them. That's just the way it is, Mark. So let's see here if the Suns bench can have any kind of life, maybe one of those 16-2 spurts or something to try to get him back into this game.
Fourth quarter underway. Odom just did beat the shot clock. Gasol and Stoudemire becoming entangled. The foul is called on Gasol. That's his. A technical foul called on Vujacic.
I saw that coming. Dragic hit the shot, and he walked up to Vujacic, and he started talking. Vujacic put his arms up, That was a great Hollywood flop right there by Dragic. There's no question he got hit. But watch what happens. He walks up and he starts talking to him. Right there, up and under his jaw. He did a great job selling that. Watch this right here. Vujacic was not happy with what Dragic said. He reacts. And you see Phil Jackson didn't even hardly move over there when he was sitting with it. Alvin Gentry very upset right now.
And as you indicate, it looks like Goran Dragic is okay.
Yeah, he's all right. He walked up there and he said something to him. Vujacic got him with the elbow. Bill Kennedy, we saw it, and came running from the back court. Watch this, what happens, Morgan. Watch this the whole way. He hits the shot, he sort of backpedals. Then he walks up and he starts talking to him. See, says something to him. I don't know if that's in Slovenian or what that he was talking. And then Vujacic with a little left elbow. You know, something like this could turn the game around. I mean, the Lakers had this crowd quiet, and the last thing you want to do is juice this crowd up. So you had Dragic get the jump shot. He's going to have 2 free throws and the ball. And this could be a 7-point play.
As he said, it's the type of play that can just turn things, although the Suns have a long way to go. They're down by 15, but we have seen this team score in bursts.
Well, Mark, I mean, it's a 15-point game is 5 possessions for the Phoenix Suns. You've seen what they've done. They've come back, big swing, Blazers, Spurs, game 3 at the Spurs. That game 3 at the Spurs, that's when this guy at the line, Dragic, scored 26 points in 13 minutes. He had 23 in the 4th, had a 3-pointer right at the end of that 3rd quarter, so he's very explosive and capable of throwing up a big number.
74% from the line during the season. He played 4 years in Europe, struggled last year as a rookie, came on very strong this season, goes down at 13 and possession.
Well, you hit a 3, it's a 7-point possession. All of a sudden, it's 91-81. It's a 10-point game. That's how quickly things change. You're on the road. If the Suns score here, it's going to get very noisy in here.
Vujacic remaining on the floor, defending on Dragic. Dudley will throw in.
And the referees will be watching that matchup very closely.
Here comes Dragic. Oh, he beat him off the dribble. Goran Dragic with 6 straight points. And much time remaining, just a minute and change gone by in this 4th quarter. Picked off by Dudley. Recovered by Vujacic. Odom. Deflected out. Last touch by the Lakers.
This second unit from the Suns is tough. Dudley's tough. Dragic. They've got some guys that'll throw themselves around. Well, this is going to be a bit. You see Kobe Bryant coming in here. Phil Jackson's not going to waste any time. He doesn't like what's happening here. Normally he likes to rest Kobe to about the 8-minute mark. Not here today, not with what's at stake.
The lead is down to 11. Gasol jumping out on Dragic. Dragic beat Gasol off the dribble and scores again. 8-0 run. All 8 points scored by Goran Dragic. The lead is down to 9. Odom played by Fry. Now Dudley switches off. Farmar able to knock it down.
What a tough shot, just as the shot clock was going off.
Dragic on the move, finds Fry. Fry gets the new 24 off that rebound. Barbosa, and he is way off.
Still plenty of time. You don't have to be in a hurry. There's 9:42 to go. It's only an 11-point game now. Very much a working margin. But we've got a camera guy down there underneath the basket. Looks like he's hurt a little bit as Dudley jumped into the crowd there to try to save that errant shot by Barbosa.
Kobe Bryant checks back in. Lakers cannot be happy about that explosion by Sasha Vujacic that has allowed the Suns to get back into it. Bryant rebounded by Fry. Stoudemire had it deflected away. Last touch by Odom.
Was doing a nice job on Amari. They're not letting him get any clean catches in that post. That time he was running away from the ball. It looked like he tried to tip it to himself. Fisher coming back in now, so Phil Jackson, normally a guy who will ride with some guys, let him play through it. Not today.
Here's Fry. Yes. Turnaround jumper by Channing Fry to cut the lead to 9.
Now let's see if Artest will make some shots here. As this game now has gotten tight. This is where you have to stay with your strategy. Make Odom and Artest shooters.
Dudley playing Bryant. How to give it up. Shot clock at 5. Artest for 3. Gasol on the rebound.
Long shots, long rebounds. 19 offensive rebounds in Game 5 that were deadly for the Suns.
So squaring up, going at Fry with the hook. Deflected out. Last touch by the Suns, and a timeout is taken. Well, in Game 5, the Suns down by as many as 18. They did come back, although the Lakers came back on that shot by Artest to win it. Led by Goran Dragic, who reeled off 8 consecutive points, helped by that flagrant foul call. Things have turned around. The Suns are very much alive.
Right now, the initial report is that they will take him to the hospital.
Thank you, Craig. We hope John is all right. Just under 8.5 remaining in this fourth quarter. Bryant off the double, has to kick it into the corner. Now Kobe is open for a straightaway 3, rebounded by Dudley. The Phoenix bench has scored the last 15 points. And a foul has been called on Odom.
Well, the one thing you don't want to do now is start fouling if you're the Lakers, stopping the game, let the Suns go to the free throw line. You see the numbers here in the fourth quarter. It's really been the Goran Dragic show. And Sasha Vujacic, a terrible mental error to make that kind of play. The whole momentum of the game changed on that one play.
Lakers now have 3 team fouls. Suns do not have any. Dudley for Stoudemire. Stoudemire stops a facial from Amari Stoudemire going right at Pau Gasol. The Suns now within 7. Suns have outscored the Lakers 12-2 in this fourth quarter. Lakers have hit only 1 of the last 6 shots. Fisher. Derek Fisher.
It's like cool hand Luke. He comes through at the most opportune time. It's going to be an offensive foul on Amari Stoudemire. And guess who runs in to Stoudemire to get the foul, and that's Derek Fisher. So back-to-back jump shots, and then the foul here. Watch what Fisher does. He just punishes Amari Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire sticks out that leg. You have to stay within your shoulder width. You cannot move that leg out. You cannot get your arm out. The fans do not like it, but Amari's feet were wider than his shoulder. They will not let you set those kind of screens.
Third personal on Stoudemire. Now the officials huddled up.
They had a great soundbite with Derek Fisher yesterday talking to Craig Sager, and he talked about moments like this, of being in the storm and trying to remain calm, trying to settle his team down. You see Derek Fisher, all the big shots, all the plays he's played in for these Los Angeles Lakers. He and Kobe are 4-time champions, a coach a 10-time champion. They're going to call on that kind of medal to try to finish this game.
Apparently there was a problem with the scoreboard that has been corrected. It's 95-86 Lakers. Gasol with a very long hook shot attempt.
Now he's really been out of sync the entire game. The last 4 games, he's not been able to find his game.
Dragic, nice spin. Kept alive, Barbosa resets. Dudley got the step. Nice feed and a foul. Stoudemire taking it to the rim. And he was hit. So Amari Stoudemire to the line. The foul committed by Odom. That is his 4th. Here's a look at the upcoming national TV schedule. If there is a Game 7, it would take place Monday night at Staples in LA. We'll have it for you right here on TNT starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And looking ahead, next Thursday, June 3rd on ABC, Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Boston Celtics playing either these Lakers or Suns.
I'm sure the Celtics are sitting at home right now hoping this game goes about triple overtime, that the Suns win. You go back to LA and have a tough game back there. They want whoever they're going to play, they'll spend a lot of energy before that final start.
Stoudemire 9 of 11 at the line. He now has 19, although he has not shot well. The lead is down to 7. Just under 6.5 remaining here in the 4th. Bryant, very tough shot, rebounded by Fry. Dragic met by Fisher. Dragic off the head fake. Dragic gets it to Stoudemire, scores! It's a 5-point game.
How about Dragic? He is fearless. His speed has changed this game.
Just under 6 remaining in the 4th. Odom rejected by Fry. Came up with the save as Dragic moves it across.
And the Suns have gone back to man-to-man defense, and it has really helped them.
Barbosa putting moves on Artest. Stoudemire diving for it. And a timeout wisely taken by Jared Dudley because Stoudemire, while on the floor, was very close to a travel.
Amari Stoudemire, a statement that time. That's the kind of power and energy that these Phoenix Suns want to see from Amari Stoudemire. And the whirling dervish from Slovenia, Goran Dragic, finds Amari Stoudemire, and the Suns are alive. Very similar to what we saw the other night. It was a 16-4 run to end the 3rd. Tonight it's a 16-4 run to start the 4th.
It was 91-76 Lakers when Vujacic lost it and was hit with that flagrant one. Barbosa, not a good shot, firing from way out on a 3-point attempt.
Well, he got caught with a shot clock winding down. Alvin Gentry cannot be happy with that play out of a timeout.
Odom's pass broken up and last touch by Gasol.
How about the activity of the Phoenix Suns defense? They've gone man-to-man, and they have really bothered the Lakers.
Alvin Gentry staying with his bench. Dragic is open for 3. Odom with the rebound.
You got to calm down. So now you've made your run. You're back in the game. You don't have to be firing those long shots. Nash is coming back in. I think he's going to leave Dragic and take out Barbosa.
Dudley playing Bryant. Gasol with the pick. Shot clock at 3. Here's Bryant. Oh, what a shot by Kobe Bryant to beat the 24.
Well, when you play uphill like the Suns have, there's no margin for error now to finish this game.
Here's Barbosa to the reverse. Barbosa able to beat Gasol off the dribble. 7 points for Barbosa.
And where is Pau Gasol? We talked about him being the best big man, the most skilled big man. Well, the last 4 fourth quarters, he has not been found for the Lakers. They need him now.
Shot clock to 7. Bryant putting moves on Dudley. Here's Kobe firing one. Rebounded by Odom. Another key rebound for Lamar Odom.
Now we talked about the rebounding, +7 for the Lakers on the boards. 11 offensive rebounds. That gives you a whole new 24 seconds to burn.
Lakers trying to wrap the series in 6. The Suns hoping to advance to a Game 7 in LA on Monday. And another huge shot for Derek Fisher. He has 11 points. Suns call for time. The Lakers extend back to a 7-point lead.
Well, those Laker fans are always down on Derek Fisher. Kobe Bryant answers with a tough shot, and then Derek Fisher, his backcourt partner. What a difficult shot here over the top of Barbosa. You had Dragic from behind. And Derek Fisher, how many times have we seen it? He and Kobe Bryant quiet the crowd for the moment. Still a lot of time.
Nash moves it across against Fisher. Stoudemire leaning into Gasol, and the foul is called on Gasol. That's number 4.
Boy, Amari has really come to life here in this fourth period. Phil Jackson giving Bill Kennedy an earful. Felt like that Amari Stoudemire swung in with his arms to create that foul. Now you got to go to the line and make your free throws, Marv. We talked about it. He's only 68% coming in today, tonight 9 of 11.
Lakers over the foul limit. Suns do not have a team foul.
But they better take some here early, Marv, because you know you only get one in the last 2 minutes. The next one you go into the penalty. So if they're going to use some of those fouls, you're going to have to use them quickly.
The Laker lead is down to 5 as we come up on 3 minutes to play in the fourth here at U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix. Now Hill on Bryant. Gasol played by Fry. Fry got a piece of it. Odom again on the rebound. The ball knocked out of his hands. And the foul is called on Stoudemire. An offensive foul that sent Gasol to the floor.
Well, you see our buddy Steve Kerr did not like that. You can feel the tension. I would have given him a chance possibly to cut the lead to either 4 or 3 going into that last couple minutes. He said that Amari Stoudemire pushed off right there with his left arm.
Timeout called with 2:43 left.
I still think they're going to find a way to get Pau Gasol involved here. You know, Kobe Bryant's going to be a guy that's going to get his hands on the ball.
Lamar Odom has come up with a number of clutch rebounds. Here's Fisher trying to bank it. Fry done a good job off the board. So the Suns in possession, down by 5.
They don't need any long threes. Just keep taking the ball to the basket.
Oh, Nash uncontested. That lane opened up. Phoenix within 3 after trailing by 18. It's the closest they've been since it was 37-34 at the end of the quarter.
And I'm going to make Odom Artest shoot the ball.
Bryant, yes! Kobe Bryant. Oh, that's 30 again for Bryant.
What a shot. The pressure, the moment.
Had nowhere to go. He was in the air. Here comes Bryant right at Fry, and Fry called for the foul.
See Kobe Bryant though, he just looked to see what was ahead there, and he saw that Channing Frye was back, was not going to be able to defend him. Look at the eyes of Kobe Bryant here. You got that look like we do not want this to go to a game 7. I mean, you can't play better defense than that. You got 2 guys, you got a hand in the face. And he just makes those kind of shots right in front of Alvin Gentry.
Kobe 5 of 5 at the line. So Kobe has now tied Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in most playoff games with 30 or more points. Michael Jordan, #1 in that department. He has been on a 30-point rampage since the Utah series. A minute and a half remaining. Stoudemire fouled by Gasol.
See, if you're the Lakers, though, you're looking up at a 7-point game. And you say, you know what, we'll force them to use some clock, make some tough twos, don't leave any three-point shooters. It's interesting, Alvin Gentry has got Grant Hill in the game, and Grant has not been shooting the three well. He's going with Grant. Grant's been one of his better players all year, but Jared Dudley gives him a little more spacing on the floor. But Grant Hill is in the game to play defense against Kobe Bryant right now.
That was #5 on Pau Gasol. Stoudemire 12 of 14 at the line. Did not shoot the ball well, just 6 of 17 and only 4 rebounds.
Talk about rebounding. Channing Frye, 13 rebounds today, 12 points. So his fingerprints have been all over this game today as the Suns have tried to come back.
5-point Laker lead. Just under a minute and a half to play. Now the next foul will put Phoenix over the limit. Lakers are over. Here's Odom. Gasol with the rebound.
Finally, Pau Gasol comes up. That's only his second field goal of the game. They double-teamed Kobe. Odom missed the drive and nobody to block out Gasol.
105-98 Lakers coming up on a minute to play. The handoff to Stoudemire, and he scores. Back to a 5-point game.
But again, no threes. Make them use clock and take tough twos, come down and execute your offense. For the Lakers, they got to make their free throws. Well, very close to an 8-second violation again by Odom, just walking the ball across.
Very nonchalant, trying to use the clock, but you have to get across that midcourt line. Shot clock now to 5. Bryant, yes. And then with a little tap to Alvin Gentry.
Add insult to injury, Kobe. I mean, what a shot. I mean, you can't defend that. Are you kidding me? You can't defend that, Marv. I mean, Grant Hill is all over Kobe Bryant. Watch him hang, double pump, and then he says, Alvin, hey, Alvin, what do you think about that? And he taps him on the shoulder, and good-natured Alvin Gentry can only smile. Watch a little tap right here. Like, what are you doing?
Alvin saying, you're killing me. Bryant has scored 8 of the Lakers' last 12 points. A spectacular game again for Kobe. Here's Stoudemire on the spin. And that will wrap it. Timeout is taken by the Lakers with just 23 seconds to play. And the Lakers up by 7. And getting back to Kobe Bryant, 30 or more in 10 of the last 11 playoff games for Bryant. The stat line on Kobe Bryant, 41 minutes, 12 for 25 from the field, 7 of 7 at the line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 34 points, and they've done it with a subpar effort by Pau Gasol, just 2 of 9 from the field. Derek Fisher hit big shots. Ron Artest with a superb first half, overall 10 of 16, 24 points. Andrew Bynum did a decent job tonight. And Lamar Odom with 12 rebounds. And a number of rebounds down the stretch. Phoenix did cut it to 3. It was 99-96 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. But off the shooting of Bryant, Lakers have taken a 7-point lead. Hill gives the foul on Artest. And Artest will go to the line for the first time.
You see Sasha Vujacic right there. What if he's going to be on a commercial flight home, or if the team isn't let him get on the plane? He made it awfully tough on his teammates here today.
Artest during the season, 75% at the line.
There we go.
Lakers have done well at the line tonight. 19 for 23. Once again, they've hit their threes. 10 of 24 from downtown. Artest connects on 1 of 2. Nash looking for the shot. Fires for 3 and hits with 16 seconds to play. And the foul is given by Hill. So Bryant to the line. It's not impossible, but 13 seconds left.
Well, Derek Fisher is really all over his teammates. He's going, who's going to step up on the screen? You know that if the Suns do not take a timeout, they're going to push the ball, try to set a step-up screen. And Nash walked right into a 3. Derek Fisher told his teammates, don't lose your concentration now. This game is not over.
Well, Bryant now 7 of 8 at the line.
See, Pau Gasol just fell asleep. He was guarding Channing Frye, who sets the screen. And Nash just walks right into that three-point shot in rhythm.
So Artest goes 1 for 2. Bryant goes 1 for 2. And the Suns will take a timeout. It's their final timeout. Lakers 109 and the Suns 103. Stoudemire. Here's Nash for 3. An air ball fielded by Bryant. And the foul is called on Frye with 8.2 to go. Kobe back to the line.
How about the Lakers, their ability to close out games on the road, Marvin, stay away from that game 7 that you don't want to get into where anything can happen. So they close out the games last year. They beat Denver on the road in game 6. They beat Orlando on the road in game 6. Here they're going to close out the Suns. In the Oklahoma City, they closed them out in game 6.
And the Lakers, after losing the last 7 straight playoff games to the Suns here in Phoenix, about to break through. Final seconds. Stoudemire. The Los Angeles Lakers have taken the Western Conference Final in 6. The defending champions making it back to the NBA Finals, and they will face the Boston Celtics starting Thursday, June the 3rd. And for Amari Stoudemire, as we discussed earlier, as an unrestricted free agent, perhaps his final game in a Suns uniform, if he is not re-signed or decides to go elsewhere following a 5-time All-Star career with the Suns. And many people around the country were rooting for perennial All-Star Steve Nash and Grant Hill to make it to their first NBA Finals, but it was not to be.
I tell you, valiant effort, though, Marv. The last 2 games were indicative of who the Phoenix Suns have been all season long. A 54-win team. And Alvin Gentry has done an amazing job here. Talking to Kobe Bryant, I'm sure Kobe let him know about that shot. But how about down 18 on the road the other night, battle back and tie it. Down 18 here tonight and get it back to 3. There was no fight, there was no quit in this Suns team.
And a nice touch, standing ovation for the Suns. As you say, they won 54-28, finished as the number 3 seed in the playoffs. Opening round beat Portland in 6. In the semis, they knocked off San Antonio in a 4-game sweep. And you can see how they picked up their play following the All-Star break. Let's go to Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, Toby, 37 points was your final field goal over a highly contested double team that sealed the victory. You went over to Alvin Gentry and said, what'd you think of that? Then spread your arms and glided into the NBA Finals. All night we've been describing how brilliant your game was, but in your words, how do you think you played down the stretch?
Yeah, I did pretty good. I missed a couple easy ones there at the start in the middle of the 4th quarter, but I was able to collect myself and knock down some big shots.
Alvin Gentry enjoyed this moment. He enjoyed this series, the whole playoffs. He just came up to you a second ago and said, "Now, Kobe, that was terrific defense. How did you do it?"
Well, I just got a little separation, elevated, and knocked it down.
Now, you go on to play the Boston Celtics. 2 years ago, that team pushed you guys around. They're very physical with you. How is this team more equipped to handle that tough defense by Boston?
Well, we'll see. We'll see how much we matured. They challenged us extremely well in the finals a couple years ago. Now it's a test to see how much we've grown.
This appeared to be an easy victory early in the fourth quarter until the flagrant foul by Sasha Vujacic seemed to ignite the Suns and their crowd as the leader of this team. What was your reaction to that incident?
I was going to kill him.
What do you say to him now?
Still going to kill him.
Well, brilliant game. Don't do it before the finals. Just kidding, of course.
All right.
Back to you, Myron.
All right, thank you, Craig. You saw the numbers, 37 points, 12 of 25 shooting for Bryant. Another stunning game for Kobe. For the Lakers, it will be their 31st appearance in the NBA Finals, including their days in